What's going on, guys? I've had a couple of customers ask me about the hikari bulbs. I use these a lot when I do bi-LED conversions, like this set over here that's about to get polished. On these ones, I usually do a hikari in the low beam. It's a decent bulb. It's got okay output, but then I match the bi-LED or bi-xenon that's in the high beam with it, so it fills all of that in. The reason I do that is because the low beam on these is a 3-inch projector, and in order to replace the whole bracket, you end up spending more on all of that than you would just adding the extra projectors. So I'll do a quick side-by-side. Oh, check those out. Bam, check those out. I'll do a side-by-side showing the hikari versus the OEM light for those of you who are actually considering doing it or were wondering, you know, what output you're gonna get. So this is the H9 converted, I believe. Yeah. So this has an H9 conversion on it, which is just the high beam bulb and the low beam. I always put these in. Gives you a little bit better hotspot, but you can see the width kind of lacking. Let me turn the light off in here and you'll see even better. So here's the stock projector. Got good width. It's got some random spots here and there. Decent width though, but it does lack, you know, power, especially in the distance. I will say that the H9 bulb gives a really good hot spot right here. Where? Right here. That you don't get a lot from the H11. So there's the OEM. Let's run the hikaris real quick. Oh, it's really dark in here. Sorry. I should be using the GoPro to film all this instead of the iPhone, but the GoPro's in the other room and I don't particularly like it. So I'm gonna rock the iPhone for just a little bit longer. Bear with me, guys. All right, so here's the hikari. Now, the reason I use the hikaris a lot is because they don't have that strong of a hotspot, as you'll see in the middle here, but they've got a nice even amount of light. Now, if you're just looking at this for a low beam bulb only, they're good, but they're not great. You get a nice color out of them. You get decent throw, but as you can see, as I move over there, the hotspot starts to get a little bit worse. And as you can see, there's no real defined hotspot. If you're going to use these in combination with a high beam bi-LED projector, they're fantastic because they allow for a nice clean cutoff still. They've got a little bit of scattered light, but otherwise, you know, you've got a good foreground to build off of. And what I like to do is build my bi-LEDs to be lined up right on top of this so that it fills everything underneath it in really nicely. That's a decent side-by-side comparison. For those of you thinking about doing a retrofit, feel free to message me. I've done tons and tons and tons of them, and there's tons to learn and tons of knowledge that I'm more than happy to share with you to make the right decision for you based on your budget. Thanks, guys.